Hi, welcome back to episode 19 of Crochet Creations. Grab a cup and join me. I'm going to be letting you know about our 400 subscriber winner. We hit it. Yes, we did. So I'm really happy to see that it didn't hover over $3.99, go to 400, go back to $3.98, go back to 400 and back and forth. It just went shoom right up to 411. So that made me say, well, this morning I will draw a winner. So I went back to episode 17, looked up to see who did who used the word pansy, and I drew a winner. I'm going to upload that video into my Facebook group later on today. But this is the bag. This is the mystery bag. It's not really a mystery bag. The D-stash was. This one had an item in each video that was filled the bag until we hit 400 subscribers. So if you want to see what's in that, you can go back to the last 3 or 4 videos. Anyway, the winner was Maggie Rambus. So Maggie, if you're watching this video, send me an email and I'll get your winnings right out to you as soon as I can. And what I meant when I said mystery was this week's D-stash over on the Facebook group was a bag of mystery yarns from DBNY. It's a pretty big bag. And that D-stash winner was Denise Hoffman. So Denise, if you're watching this video, hop on over there and send me a message or an email, however you want to claim your prize. And then this morning I put up a new D-stash challenge, or not a challenge, a D-stash post, and this week's yarn is 2 skeins of Serenity Chunky Premier Deborah Norville, and this one is a bulky weight 5. The color is Rust, and it is so cushiony soft. It's gorgeous. It's 109 yards, and it's 2 skeins. If you'd like to try and win those, just go over to the Facebook page and look for the weekly D-stash posts. They're all under the announcements tab. If it's a challenge or a make-along or a D-stash, anything that's going on over there you can find in the announcements tab. So let me think about this a minute. Where am I? Many things going on over there. You know, the show and tell for the quarter. If you don't have a post that you can share your items on and enter them in any contest at all, then the show and tell is for you. The hats and more hats is going on this week. Well, I've challenged myself to a hat a week, and I missed like 2 weeks where I didn't make a hat, or I worked on one but I didn't finish it. So this week I have great news. I finished 3. 3 hats done. Okay, so this will be hats. I think they are 21, 22, and 23 of the year. The first one I did was in Cloud. This is a Loops and Threads yarn. It is 100% acrylic, and it is a bulky 5. Really nice. It's like a gray marl. I love it. It's really soft and fluffy, very bulky. This one is in the Snow Queen Creative Grandma's pattern. The Snow Queen, I really like this pattern a lot. It's really easy, works up quick, and I will link the pattern below. I decided to do it in some leftover yarns too. So I used the Cloud to start this second one, and then I used some leftover of the Loops and Threads Charisma in a different color. And where the self-striping comes out doesn't always work out to be the greatest spots, but I thought, well, let's try it. So that's a Snow Queen, and the 2 sections of ribbing are done in the a different colorway. Let's see what color it is. Daisy Marguerite. It says Daisy. So I don't know why I thought that was going to be a good idea, but it's okay. It's a beautiful hat. It's just that when you're doing self-striping yarn, only knows what's going to happen, the way it's going to fall on there. So, okay, the third hat that I finished this week was done from, let me see, Fiber Spiders basket weave pattern. And this pattern I did in my favorite Premier Everyday, and I did it in the terracotta heather, so it's a rust color too. Beautiful, beautiful yarn this was. Now I almost think this feels way softer than the Premier Everyday, but it's it isn't. It's just because the dyes were different. It is the exact same yarn. It's just the label says Deborah Norville, but it's just a few years older than the yarns that I'm buying now. But it's Everyday is absolutely beautiful to make hats with. So that's another for medium. So this is how this one came out. It is the Fiber Spider does a tutorial on this basket weave, and the basket weave starts out right at the beginning of the crown of the hat. It doesn't start out later on, which he says, and you know what, it is just gorgeous. It comes out so nice and fluffy. Now I did do an extra set of baskets, a whole nother 3 rows in between where he says to stop and then start the brim, because it didn't come down over my ears at that point. And I did use a J hook, so I just added 3 more rows and then started the brim. But it came out so nice, so beautiful. I gotta make more of these. I just think that is so cool. So all of these hats are in my Etsy shop, if anybody ever cares. Okay, let's see, where am I? I am going to go through a series of works in progress real fast, because I haven't worked on a lot of one item. I worked a little bit on a lot of items. So I'm just going to go through and catch you up and show you how far I am on a few different items. And last week I told you I started a baby blanket in knitting on this, with this color. It is a big twist. You can find those, I guess, at Joann's. I've never bought this, but I've seen Big Twist in Joann's. I just never bought any. And I started last week and showed the beginning of this blanket. And this is how far I was last week. So I did that much. And the more I do, the more I like it. I'm using a pattern where you do the border as you go. So I think I'll continue with this one, because I really am liking this. This is turning out to be a nice, you don't have to think pattern. You just can work on it and watch TV or whatever. So that's the first work in progress. I did a little bit more on my orange hat. This is to match the scarf that I have going, that I I only did 2 rows, so I didn't bring it out today. But I started a hat to match that, and it is knitted. This is my own pattern. Now, when I started it, I had like 1 row. When last time I showed it, I had like 1 row after the ribbing, and you couldn't really see. But now you can see how the pattern's starting to take shape. It's the ribbing is only 3 by 2. No, 2 by 2. And then after, yes, 2 by 2. And then afterwards, you can see the pattern is a 4-stitch repeat. So I'm getting there. I'm not quite halfway. Probably a quarter of the way. But turning out to be what I wanted it to be. So I worked on that a little bit. And then I also worked on something that you have not seen since, I think, day 1 of my YouTube channel. I had this skein. It was a hank of hand-dyed sock yarn from Knit Crate. And I had decided to hank it up and start a sock weight shawl in my own pattern. So I started it, and then I got preoccupied and put it away for a while. And the other day I was going through the whip pile over here, and I brought it out and said, oh, I haven't worked on that in a while. So I brought it out, and here it is. I did probably about a good 3 to 4 inches on it the other day. So that is gotten some love, and I'm hoping that when it's all done, I might just end up with my own pattern write up for the first time on a shawl. I don't know, we'll see. Then I brought out, I brought the socks to work with me this week one day, and I got to work on them for a little while. So if anybody doesn't know, I am crocheting a pair of socks in Stroll Tweed, Superwash Merino wool, and nylon from Knit Picks. This is Thirst Heather. See the tweedy bits? Yes, it's beautiful. I got it in my swap from Christy Cook at Tea Doddles. And since you saw them, I was here, and now it grew a little bit more. These are going to be gorgeous. I am going to love these socks because everyone says, I don't know if I can wear crocheted socks. Well, this feels like a sock to me. It doesn't feel like a crocheted sock. It feels like a knitted sock, but maybe it's the pattern, the yarn, the size hook, but it's beautiful. So I'm still working on them. I am determined that I will finish these, but I don't want to sit and just work on them. So it's the way I am is I don't mind having a couple of whips going on, because when I feel like working on something, I grab it. And when I don't, I can work on something else. Because if I don't have whips going on, then I don't have choices. So, and then I also started a new sweater. And the reason why I did is because I had some questions on, well, you don't have any pink sweaters in the store. So well, okay. Can you make one like this in pink? And I'm like, okay. So I picked out some pink out of my bedroom shop, or whatever you want to call that room with all the yarn in it. I went shopping in my stash. And I picked out this beautiful Mary Maxim. It is just popping, really bright. And this is called Baby Stripes, Sugar Baby Stripes by Mary Maxim. And it says Pink Fizz. Pink Fizz. So I took out a skein of that, and I started a sweater. And I don't know what I was thinking, but I just started, made a chain and started, and there I go. I'm not even following a pattern at all. So who knows if it's going to come out like terrible or whatever, but it's just from the top down, and it's just half double crochets and the eyelet row every other row. That's it. And that's how far I am on that. And I probably did a couple rows here or there on the other two hats that I have going on or working on. And I might have even done 2 rows on my cowl that I have going on. But I won't show everything in every episode. That way, it's never boring. We wouldn't want to bore anybody, that's for sure. So I think I'm going to go today a little bit early. My husband's birthday was Friday, and some of you know that because I had said something last week. And he entered into a drawing for something. I mean, these people have nothing better to do now because they're not working. So he entered into a drawing. It was like $5 a shot. And he won a bigger television, a very much bigger television than we had. So it was time that we moved the living room around. So we started yesterday and we took out a couple bags of stuff that we didn't want anymore. Went through, there's a desk in our living room. Went through the desk. We threw away half the papers that are more than 5 years old. Okay. So now it's time to actually rearrange the furniture to accommodate this big TV in this small room. So that's what's going to happen when I start uploading this, is the next part of rearranging the living room. Wish me luck. No, it'll be okay. It really will. But that was really cool that he won a TV. That was pretty cool. Because we certainly didn't need to buy a new one right now. So it wasn't going to happen. But okay. Let's see what's going on next week. Oh, next Saturday, we're going to have another live with Hook and Stitch. And if you know who Hook and Stitch are, I don't know if you do, but Kim Thompson from the Crafty Nomad and I have a live broadcast that we have started. We had our first 2 shows, and the first one was a crochet along to make hats for Hat Not Hate. And then the second one was the official new show. And so this coming Saturday, the 25th, is our next show. It'll be on the Crafty Nomads channel. And it will be at 9 Pacific, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be talking about our lit shawl. Our What Time is Lit Lost in Time shawl, Cal. And, oh, I didn't show you that. Well, then I will. I'm on row 22 of the Lost in Time shawl. And I'm just changing colors with my 8 vintage colors I got from Hirschner's. And it's coming. It's coming. I don't do this a lot. I only do it when I'm home. And I only do it for a little while, like 4 or 5 rows, and then I put it away. Because I don't want to be done before everyone else is done, because our Cal is running from April 1st to June 30th. And we have random winners for different random drawings that I am doing on my Facebook page. So if you'd like to join the Cal, there's plenty of time to join. We have 2 girls who've already finished one, and it's only been up for 2 weeks. Well, 18 days. And they're beautiful. Everybody's is different. It is so much fun to do something with other people. And then show your progress. So I drew, let's see, Cindy Spurgeon won something already. Latoya Fowler already won something. I'm going to draw next week again. from the works in progress photos on the kale or on the post. But we have grand prize for the end, and we've got girls that are donating. We have something from from Classy Kim. She has a podcast on YouTube. We have something donated from Reggie, J Hook, and more. We also have something donated from a girlfriend of mine. It was a homemade project bag. And then we also have a project bag that Kim Thompson is hand making. I mean, this is really, really nice. So, if you're interested in making this shawl, it is a free pattern download. You can find the link on the Facebook page. I'll also link it here. And come and join us. Please, please do. Everybody's welcome. You can pick your own colors like I did. You can do from scraps like some other of the girls did. You can go in and take a look at everybody's photos, so that way get ideas of what they chose to do. Some of them chose to do it in a big cake that changes colors slowly in a gradient, which is just gorgeous for a kale like this. And then, a shawl. And then the other thing, if you use a cake, a skein like that, or a cake like that, you don't have to cut it and weave in your ends like I do, because I'm changing my colors every row. What else? Okay, so we're going to talk about the Lost in Time shawl kale on our show on Saturday. So be sure to join us on the Crafty Nomad channel next Saturday morning at noon Eastern Standard Time. And hats, and more hats will be picked next week at the end of the month. There'll be, and if you make a hat, join in and post your hat pattern or your hat picture. I haven't talked much today, must be. Sorry about that. Anyway, and there was one other thing I wanted to shout out somebody, because I drew a winner for that. Speaking of the hats and more hats, every month they have an ongoing yearly hat post that if you make a hat, you post your hat, and you can win a skein of yarn to make a hat with. Well, last month it was Heather, and I said it was Heather, and I went on, saying that she had already claimed it, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm sitting there this morning, all of a sudden I see that the Crochet Witch put up a video. I'm like, oh, I didn't see it yet. So I clicked on it, and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden she says she won a skein of yarn from me. And I'm like, what? I, again, did not know that was the same person. It's too funny. I just, so if you haven't checked out the Crochet Witch, then I will link her below. She's a hoot too. So anyway, I will get off of here and start uploading. It seems that since the last 3 weeks, I always upload on Sunday. There's never been a problem. It's always been, if I do 30-minute video, it takes me about an hour to upload, no problem. The last 3 weeks, I start uploading at 3 o'clock, and it never ends until 10. I never get it uploaded for 6 hours and stuff. It's like, what? What is going on? So I don't know what it is. It's probably the fact that you pay for this speed and then they don't give you that speed. And so now my stuff isn't working the way it was. But it's just weird how ever since we were told to stay home, now I can't upload with it. You know what? So if you like this video and you're having fun like I am, I'm going to start on that 500 subscriber box, and I'm going to start on it pretty darn quick because I like doing those. That's how I give content and add a little bit of twist to my videos. So I'm going to end up grabbing something and putting it in a box and then building that box up. And then when we hit 500, it will be ready. If I could grab something right now close to me, I would say I would start the box, but I'm not going to because today's the day that I give out the 400 ones. So that's all ready to go. The bag is ready to have a name on it. So I'll wait to be hearing from the winners and email me, and I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching, liking, and sharing my videos. Bye.